What's up, everybody? So today's video, we're rearranging the garage. First off, I just want to say we're back on schedule. You guys probably saw in the last video that my dad was down visiting me, so it kind of took a few days just to hang out with him and spend some quality time with him. But now we're back on track, and I'm just rearranging the garage so we can fit all three vehicles in here and work on them. I didn't want to leave any of these vehicles outside overnight, as you guys can probably understand. So I had to make some room, and this is what we got so far. So we managed to fit the S2000 on the far side here, and I'll give you guys a quick little garage tour, but maybe we should do a more thorough one since things keep changing. S2000 fits here, can still get in and out. Viper is here at the moment, and I kind of rearranged some stuff. We still have the door panels that we have to put back on the Dakota. We'll talk about that in a second. I have center console, miscellaneous trim, spare wheels for the S2000, gas cans for when we go racing, jacks over there, jack stands, easy up tent for when we go racing, chairs for when we go racing. We got everything all over the place. I still have the carpet there, and the Dakota's out on the street. So I think I'm gonna put the Dakota here and see if I can work on it. I'm not sure about the length. You guys probably remember from when we had the Ram, it was like to the wall, to the garage door, and it was like jammed in here. But this Dakota is a little bit shorter, obviously, and if I put it here, I can at least open the doors because we're going to be doing a lot of interior stuff right now. If I put it where the lift goes, then yeah, you guys figure that out. The two-post lift will get in the way of the doors, and it'll make it a little more interesting, but we'll see how much length we have. If we have to, we'll just put it here, maybe just sneak it up a little bit or reverse it in. Either way, we're going to have the Dakota inside, start working on it. Today's video, I'm just going to be putting the interior back in, I hope. And then I don't know if we'll get to it in today's video, but I want to start finding out where all the oil leaks are coming from so that I can order all the parts. So that's the plan on the Dakota for today. Let me see if it fits in here. We'll figure it out. If not, it'll go over there. Let's get that done and get to work. All right, so here's what we got. S2000 here, kind of a tight fit, but everything does fit. S2000 goes there. We got the Viper here. I have my seats here. So once we kind of put the interior back in, which is what I want to do today, I'll have more garage space, and the interior is pretty much ready to go back in. The carpet's sitting just over there like I showed you, but let's back up for a second. The truck does fit, and it fits pretty nice over here. So I think we're gonna work on it over there. Because like I said, I'm gonna have to open the doors, and if I put it here with the lift, the two-post lift, the posts are gonna get in the way, and so are the arms, and be tripping over all that stuff. So it's a better space working on it over there, and we got tons of space to work on it. So most of the stuff we're gonna be doing for now is gonna be from the top anyways. So if you guys are just stopping in, you'll know that we took out all the interior. You know, it's kind of laid out all over the place right now. So we did all this because this thing was filthy. It was disgusting. Now it's pretty clean. In here looks pretty cool. I'm almost tempted to just run it like this because I like it. If it wasn't for that sound deadening everywhere and it was just this painted blue, I would honestly just rock it. But it's got that sound deadening stuff, and I don't want to try to scrape it all off and deal with all the glue and all that junk. So we're just gonna leave it. Stereo's out. You guys saw in another previous video, we took out all the garbage wiring that was on this truck, and now we've got a clean slate to start working with. I do want to talk about this in just a minute. You'll see that I have two dash bezels there, so we'll talk about that in just a second. But I also mentioned this in another video. I want to, just before we put these back on, I want to clean these up. So there's just like years of filth built up inside here, which I would honestly never be able to get out very easily once I put them back on. So I'm just going to hose down, not the actual sound deadening portion of it, but just this area and the bottom that dirt has gotten in there. I'm going to hose that all out with some degreaser, and we're going to put these back on. So my repair also in another previous video is very sturdy. So this thing is ridiculously hard. We'd use crazy glue on the crack, and then we built it up around it with JB Weld epoxy, and this thing is as good as new. So we'll be using our door handle now. Now I can get out of the truck, because before I had to reach around and outside the truck to get out. Previous owner busted it. So slowly but surely we're getting there. Let's get all this interior back in, hopefully. Let me clean this up and we'll continue. All right, so I cleaned up the door panels, and I really wasn't intending for this video to turn into a cleaning video, but the longer I go, the more the more I end up cleaning just stuff. So anyways, I cleaned up all these door panels, just put a little bit of Armor All type stuff on them, nothing crazy, and they came out pretty good. Also, I have everything back here as well, so all the door sills underneath the steering column, the kick plates, and the dash bezel. But since we're getting into this whole thing, if I'm gonna put the carpet back in, then there's still this piece of plastic here, and I'm sure you guys can see that it is just absolutely filthy. So since we're this far, we might as well take out the one last piece. Honestly, I really don't want to, but it's so filthy. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the seat belt from it so that I can take this off. It's just a T50 that's gonna take this off. So we'll take this out, and I don't know if the bottom is a T50. Yeah, it looks like T50 works on the bottom. So I'm gonna take those two out so I can take these panels out on both sides, just give them a quick rinse so that everything is clean and I can go ahead and put everything back together. But I do have some exciting stuff to share with you at the end of this video, so make sure you stick with me and we'll get to it at the end. Okay, they're off, they're dirty, we're cleaning them, and we'll be back when they're clean. All right, so the panels are now clean. I also forgot about that bracket. That's the one that holds the center console. Everything is clean there. And like I said, those are back there clean. Only thing I haven't done is wipe down the dash. So I'm gonna wipe that down. I also have to vacuum out some of this. There's still a bunch of sticks and junk in there from when we took the carpet out. So just around the outside perimeter here, there's just some junk. So I'm just gonna quickly do that, wipe down the rest of this dash. I just kind of started wiping it, but I don't think this thing has ever seen a wipe. It's so dirty. So I'm gonna wipe this down so we're all fresh, all good, and then we'll pop the carpet back in at least. And for the record, both of these sound deadening garbage bags that are normally in here are coming out. Every time I touch them, they just let out a poof of cloud of dust and dirt or whatever is inside. Some sort of insulation's in here, but they just get, it's all dried out at this point, so it just lets out a puff of dust. So these are coming out too. Okay, everything is looking super clean in here, as clean as it's gonna look for this farm truck. But we're gonna go ahead and put in these two panels. I know we don't have the speakers in behind here yet that go there, but we can always pop them out later. I just at least want to get them in here so that they're here. We'll figure out the stereo later, but it's really the last of our resort. So let's get everything in here. We'll put the seat belts back through, get these panels on, and throw the carpet in finally. All right, so we got our two panels in. Seat belts are tightened down. I will have to adjust that buckle. Somebody did one of those magic tricks where they somehow flipped the buckle on the belt. So I'll have to mess with that at some point, but not a big deal. Let's get that carpet into here, get our door panels on, and kind of wrap it up because I'm getting tired of this interior. So carpet's all in and looking much better than before. One thing is when you're putting these in, and you're gonna have to, I mean, honestly, we probably could have put the carpet in before we put these two side panels in, but you'll see this little clip here. The rest of, there's just like those Christmas tree clips all through, but you'll see this one here, if I can show you. See that thing right there? That you have to slide in and get it to grab around that tab that's there. So hopefully you guys can see that. So you have to put that in. That's gonna hold this tight here. And then we can go ahead and put in our kick plate or just our bottom sill here, and it's gonna clip into these here. So you're just gonna line those up with all these tabs along here, push those down, and we'll continue. All right, so all the kick plates are in now. Let's go ahead and throw those two door panels on and see how our fix worked on the door handle. All right, so both door panels are back on and looking great. In here's looking good. I'm also going to go ahead and put on this dash bezel for now, even though I don't have a stereo in there. So this one, the backstory on this is I got this, you guys are gonna laugh, 15 bucks. And the last one had this all cut out. If I go over here and show you guys, you'll see what I mean. So the last one was all cut out, and that's the reason why I went and picked up this one. Plus one of the vents was busted. So here's a comparison of the two so you can understand what I'm talking about. So somebody cut this all out and cut up to there. This grill or this vent was busted, and they just did a really cheesy job of trying to fit a double din in there. So I just got a factory one. I'm just gonna, well, for now I don't even have a stereo, but I do want to fit something that just fits nice in here. I've seen some kits where they actually get you to cut this out properly, but anyways, let's throw this stock one in, at least so it's trimmed up. We'll deal with the stereo thing afterwards. For now it's just gonna be a hole, but at least it's got a nice bezel on there. So here we go. Just pop all the speed clips in all the way around it. No stereo, but at least we got a nice trimmed out dash. And since we're on this side, we'll go ahead and put this piece in as well, this lower dash piece. So that's just some speed clips and 3 Phillips screws on the bottom. So that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for today's video, you guys. Another thing, I still need to get one of these center console lids, so I'm still on the lookout for one of those. I gotta put that back in. So next video, real quick at the beginning of the video, we'll put the center console in, put the 2 seats in. Also, I have to do a separate video on the glove box on how we're gonna fix that latch, so I'll come up with a fix for you guys. But I did promise you guys one cool thing that's coming this week, so let me show you. All right, you guys, so I did promise you one thing, and I've already ordered these. So these are the Depot one-piece black housing headlights. Only difference with the one I'm receiving or getting is that this part here is going to be clear instead of amber, so they should be really good. I did all my research on the one-piece headlights, and a lot of the knockoff ones or aftermarket ones don't fit that well. But these Depot ones, lots of people had good results with just bolting them up, because some of the other ones, people had to modify the actual back of like where the headlight bolts into to get everything to fit. These ones are just, you know, bolt them up, and also the gap should be good, because a lot of the ones that I saw, they were complaining about, you know, big gaps around the edge of the headlights and where it meets the fender. So these are coming. I should have them Friday, so we'll be installing these on the weekend. All right, you guys, so that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up for me if you enjoyed it. And also, if you're stopping in for the first time, check out the other videos we already have on all these project vehicles, whether it's the Dakota, the Viper, the S2000. We already did a 4th gen Ram, lots of videos, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos. As far as what's coming next, tomorrow I'm going to be under the hood after we install the seats, so I'm hoping I can just finish up the interior, get under the hood, because I have to find out where all the oil leaks are coming from. There's a few key spots that usually starts to leak oil, so it might be the distributor seal, it could be the intake manifold where it kind of meets the plenum there. There's a few different spots where it could be leaking, also could be an oil pressure sender unit leaking as well. So I gotta find that out so I can order the parts so we can get all that taken care of, and then everything's gonna start rolling. So that's the plan anyways. Make sure you stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications, because if you don't have them on, you won't be notified of the newest videos, and you won't find them. Anyways, see you on the next one. Take care.